You're listening to the Business and Barbecue Podcast, hosted by Tim Herridge. Tim Herridge is an active entrepreneur who built and sold 6 companies by the age of 40 and enjoys sharing the ups and downs of business and entrepreneur life. As for the barbecue, that's just something he has a passion for and likes to share as well. Here's your host, Tim Herridge.
All right. What's cooking, everybody? Tim Herridge back with the Business and Barbecue Podcast. Glad to have you back. Today, we are going to talk about my top 10 all-time favorite barbecue restaurants in Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, disclosure, I am not a barbecue critic. I am a barbecue enthusiast. What that means is I like what I like, and there's really no rhyme or reason. So the way I look at barbecue, for me personally, it's an experience. It's a feeling. It's a mood. It's an adventure, and I like to take that adventure as I'm out and about throughout Dallas-Fort Worth. Most of you know I'm a real estate investor by day and a barbecue enthusiast by afternoon, I guess. But as I'm driving around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I like to stop and eat barbecue. So this is my story. This is the story of me. And now, without further ado, we're going to get into what I consider, in my opinion, in order, the top 10 barbecue restaurants in Dallas-Fort Worth. Number 10 for me is Railhead Barbecue in Fort Worth. Railhead's just near TCU. It's right off of Interstate 30 on Montgomery Street. The address is 2900 Montgomery Street, Fort Worth, Texas, 76107. You can find them at railheadsmokehouse.com. They're open 11 to 9 Monday through Saturday. They're closed on Sundays. They also have a drive-thru in case you're in a hurry. During lunch hours, the line can be pretty long here. It's an older restaurant. There is a bar. It's kind of a cafeteria style. You go through a line, which many barbecue places are. I think everything on this list is actually the same thing, but there's not much inside standing. So on a cold day, on a wet day, on a hot day, you should be ready for that. But as you'll hear in a lot of these places, rainy days, cold days, extra hot days, equal opportunity for those of you that have a little bit of flexibility in your schedule, because you can actually skip the line many times because everyone else that doesn't want to wait in line just doesn't show up. So that's just a little advice there. But Railhead, I like their brisket, I like their pork, I like their sausage, really cold beer. Great place to watch a game, especially if it's a TCU, a Texas Rangers game, any of the local Texas teams. The bar gets pretty excited. We were in there, and they had high school football on the TV one day with a bunch of old men talking about their glory days. It's just a really neat place. It doesn't make any of the big lists, not on the Texas Monthly list. It's been there for 30-something years. It's just a place I like. So that's number 10 on the list. Number 9 for me is 1050 Barbecue. And 1050 Barbecue is a newer restaurant. They're about to open up a second location, I believe, in Grapevine. The one I go to is right around the corner from my office. It's at 1050, get it, 1050 North Central Expressway in Richardson, Texas, 75080. You can find them at the word 10, T-E-N, then the number 50, BBQ.com. They're open 7 days a week, Sunday through Thursday from 10:50 a.m. You get the theme, right? To 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 10:50 a.m. until 10 o'clock p.m. 1050 has live music often. They have a nice little patio. They have a full bar with a lot of draft beer. They have a lot of bottled beer, a lot of Texas beer. I think they have 20-something different beers on tap. I like to go to 1050 for lunch. It's a neat experience. It's a really nice place. The line isn't too terribly long. I mean, unless you show up at 11:30 to noon. Right, so if you show up at 11:30 to noon at any barbecue restaurant that is worth anything, you're going to have a long line, because almost all of them serve where you stand in line at the pit, or it's a cafeteria style. No matter what, it's a line you wait in to get your food, and then you go to a table. So 1050, what I do, since I'm typically in a hurry, I'll just go sit at the bar, grab a beer, order off the catering menu, the to-go menu, and just have a little bit of brisket and take off. I like their brisket. Their baked potatoes, they're filthy rich baked potatoes, really good. I think it's called a Silver Dollar turkey salad. They have a turkey salad. It's just a salad with smoked turkey on it. So on days that I'm feeling the weight of the brisket, I like to have that. Their brisket is really good. Their jalapeno poppers stuffed with brisket are really good. They're stuffed with brisket and wrapped with bacon. I've had their beef rib. That's good. I like their turkey, like I said. It's just a good, consistent, all-around barbecue experience that I can count on when I'm out and about. So I stop there several times a month. I use them for catering for when I have a special event. The next one, number 8 on the list, is Top 5 Barbecue. Now, this barbecue joint is in the Texas Top 50, and that's the list put on by Daniel Vaughn and Texas Monthly, the top 50 barbecue joints in Texas. And you can also, every one of these, you can find them on the Barbecue Finder app that Texas Monthly puts out. It's a great resource for the barbecue lover. Now, about Top 5. This is in southern Dallas County in DeSoto. Unfortunately, they just moved into a really, a lot nicer restaurant in late fall of last year. And it's a family-run restaurant, just like many of these are. And their family fell on some hard times, had some unfortunate family incidents, and they had to close their physical location about a month ago. They've already been taken off the list for Texas Monthly. They've been deleted out of the app. But I left them on here, and here's why. If you're listening to this podcast before April 13th, they're having a fundraiser this Saturday in DeSoto. We'll put some links in the show notes. For $25, you can get a 3-meat plate, a dessert, and some vegetables or some sides. It's being actually put on by Smokey Joe's Barbecue down in South Dallas, and it's just a great example of the barbecue community coming together. So if you're free on Saturday, check out the information in these show notes. Pay $25, go eat some really, really good barbecue. Their plan is to reopen after the fundraiser. I think they've already got a couple hundred tickets sold. They're trying to sell a couple hundred more. Help them out. Help out small business. Help out an entrepreneurial family that is trying to live that American dream. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area on April 13th, buy some great barbecue from Top 5. Go taste it. It is fantastic. Help them reopen. And then if you're here after the 13th, I have confidence they will reopen. And you can go support them at their location at 917 North Hampton Road, Suite 101, DeSoto, Texas 75115. Again, that's Top 5 Barbecue. Their website is www.top5barbecue.com. And barbecue, in case you don't know how we spell it in Texas, is BARBECUE.com. And that will be in the show notes as well. But like I said, if you're in town on April 13th, go support Top 5 Barbecue. I will be. If you're not in town, I have confidence they'll reopen before then, and go taste. My number 8, it's in the Texas Top 50 barbecue restaurants in the state of Texas, according to Texas Monthly, and their name is Top 5, and I have no doubt they'll make it to the Top 5 one day soon. Next on the list is Slow Bone Barbecue. Slow Bone Barbecue is in kind of West Dallas. It's right off Interstate 30, and it's in between Interstate 30 and Interstate 183, right off of Irving Boulevard. Their address is 2234 Irving Boulevard, Dallas, Texas, 75207. It's really close to the Design District and Trinity Groves, if you're familiar with Dallas. They're open daily from 11 to 3 p.m., 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can find them at slowbone.com. I highly recommend you go to Slowbone on Monday and go at 11 a.m. If you can get there at 10:50 a.m., sorry, 10:50, there won't be much of a line. They open promptly at 11 a.m. every day. On Monday, they have what may be the best pork chop I've ever had. They smoke this entire rack of pork loin, and they slice the pork chop. It's like a 3-week process. It's a really good pork chop. But also, on Monday, they have the best fried chicken I have ever personally had. And I know I'm talking to you about a barbecue restaurant, but they actually smoke water and then brine the chicken in the water. Oh my goodness, it is so good. My son just loves it when I bring him food home on Mondays, and it's from Slowbone and the fried chicken. He ate it last night, actually, and took it to school today. So, got to have their fried chicken on Mondays. Just as a point, Top 5 actually does not have alcohol service yet. They say they're going to get their license, and I believe they will next year or in the next year. Slowbone does have alcohol, so you can buy beer, wine, etc. I like to have a Shiner or a Lone Star beer with my food. I don't know why. I know some people say I shouldn't drink on a weekday, but I only have one. Lockhart. Lockhart Smokehouse in the Bishop Arts District. This is in the Texas Top 50. It's a really cool area, the Bishop Arts District. Man, I just love what's going on in that area. If you watch Jimmy Kimmel Live, you know that Guillermo actually did an episode from there a couple months ago. You can find them at lockhartsmokehouse.com, LOCKHARTSMOKE house.com. They're at 400 West Davis, Dallas, Texas, 75208, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9, Friday through Sunday, 11 to 11. I really like their brisket. It's some of the best brisket in Dallas. Some days they have prime rib. You should really follow them on Twitter as well, and you can kind of see what their specials are. There are other locations of Lockhart. There's one in Texas Live, right in between where the Cowboys and the Rangers play. So if you're in town and you have limited time and you would like some barbecue, go ahead and go to the Lockhart at Texas Live. If you're in Plano for a business meeting, go to the one in downtown Plano. To me, the best one is actually in the Bishop Arts District. I actually asked one of those pit masters why he thought that was. Very interesting. If you know anything about barbecue, which I am learning still, their pits are much more seasoned. They've been open for just a lot longer. Same recipes, same ideology. It's just the pits are more seasoned. They've been used for longer. So I like the Bishop Arts District too because of the scene. Parking is pretty difficult, especially I have a really big truck, so parking can be difficult. I say go ahead and valet if you're not familiar with the area and you don't know the little places to park off on the side streets. While you're there, plan to shop. There's a lot of neat shops, small local stores. There's a great pie place up the street. There's a wonderful Italian food restaurant around the corner. But during lunch hours and on the weekends, especially a nice day, this place can be jam-packed. I have seen the line be close to an hour. Fortunately for me, I'm an entrepreneur and I kind of set my own schedule, so I like to pop in about 11 or about 1:30 or 2. Typically, there's not a line. I can go in, I can order my food, have a seat at the bar, grab myself a draft beer. They normally have a nice Kolsch on draft, which I like. And it's just really good barbecue. The brisket is probably my favorite. It's where I started making my brisket sandwich. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen my brisket sandwich. It's just a slice of bread with a brisket and pickles and onions and jalapenos. Some days they have smoked fish, salmon. Like I said, follow them on Twitter, look at their Instagram pages, and just stop by. It's a really cool area. It's a fun afternoon. My wife and I have gone down there late in the afternoon on a Friday and stayed through the evening. It's really good food and it's a really good time, and it's a really neat area. Number 5 on my list is Smoke Sessions in Royce City, Texas. This place is not on the Texas Top 50 right now, but it will be soon. This is really some good barbecue. Right now, Chad Sessions is in, I think, the second or third trailer that he's been selling out of in the parking lot of a furniture store. Rumor has it Chad has bought a location on the main road in downtown Royce City and will be moving there over the coming months or this year sometime. We'll be building a building. We'll serve alcohol. It's kind of the only ding to Smoke Sessions right now is the experience can be kind of dicey because you're just on the side of the road right now, and they have some picnic tables you can sit at. I'll post some pictures of it. I think there are some in my Instagram. There are some picnic tables you can sit at, but it's mainly you go through the line at the trailer and you get your food in a styrofoam box, and you got to either take it home or just go sit on the side of the road. And the problem with that can be the weather's not perfect. It can just be a little unpleasant. So I typically get it to go from there, but I'm telling you, it is good. And I have no doubt that he will be in the Texas Top 50 next year. I have no doubt once they get their store open, it will be one of those places that there is always a line. It is really good food. I had the best barbecue sandwich, brisket sandwich I have ever had in my life there. It's a sliced brisket sandwich. They pile it on. They have all these specials. You got to follow them on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram as well. All these barbecue places, you got to do that because Chad will have daily specials. And on Wednesday, they'll have like this burrito, and you can actually kind of create your own burrito. They've got great sandwiches, really good sides, different ribs and spices that Chad will throw out there. So it's another place. It's just really good. Smoke Sessions Barbecue. They're open 11 to 8 daily, but they are closed on Mondays. Their website is Smoke Sessions. That's Smoke, SESSIONS, Barbecue, BARBECUE.com. It's really easy to find. If you're coming from Dallas, just head out Interstate 30, get to Farm to Market Road 548, head south when you pass State Highway 276, about 100 yards up on the right. There's a metal building that sells furniture, and you'll see a massive blue trailer in the parking lot and probably a line from that trailer. So it's another thing, too. A lot of these places sell out. So sell out daily is in run out of barbecue because they make it fresh and it's a labor of love. And you'll see that's a lot of the reason a lot of the smaller joints are closed at least one day a week because these pit masters need to sleep. So follow them on social media because the last thing you want to do is show up and they're sold out. I mean, I'd be so mad if I took Tim Harridge's advice and drove from Fort Worth to Royce City and they were sold out. So check it out. Smoke Sessions, Royce City. Trust me, it will be in the top 50 next year. Number 4, Heim Barbecue. H-E-I-M. Now, I have only been here once. The line is crazy. They just opened up a new location. I haven't been there yet. So I'm talking about their location at 1109 West Magnolia Avenue, Fort Worth, Texas, 76104. Heim is spelled H-E-I-M. Their website is HEIMBBQ.com. They're open Monday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. They're closed on Tuesdays. On Wednesday through Sunday, they're open 11 a.m. through 10 p.m. It's 11 a.m. through 10 p.m. every day except Tuesday. They're closed Tuesday. Heim is located in Fort Worth, just southwest of Interstate 35 and Interstate 30, where they meet. They're on the kind of the south side of downtown. And it's just to the southwest of the intersection of Rosedale and Hemp Hill, if you're familiar. Parking can be a little bit tough. I waited to go there actually till a cold day because, again, like I said, a lot of times people that know that a barbecue place is going to have a long line will avoid said line on a cold, rainy day or on a hot, not windy day. I waited till one day when I needed to go to Fort Worth. It was rainy and cold. So I show up, parking is no problem, there is no line, and I had my food within 10 minutes. So it was really good. You've got to try their sandwich. You've got to try the mac and cheese. I had a tray, and just everything was perfect. It is really good barbecue in Fort Worth. I can't wait to go back, and my son really wants me to take him there as well. Number 3 on my list is Hutchins Barbecue in McKinney. You'll see a couple locations of Hutchins. Their Frisco location is mainly for catering. They do sell some lunch items out of there, I think on Wednesdays. I'm not sure, but I'm talking about their address in McKinney. It's less than 2 miles east of Interstate 75 on State Highway 380, just before Highway 5. The address is 1301 North Tennessee Street, McKinney, Texas. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9, and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 9:30. They are a Texas Top 50 restaurant. You can find them online at hutchinsbbq.com. That's HUTCHINSBBQ.com. When I ate at Hutchins, it had to be one of the most all-around good barbecue experiences I've had. The brisket was perfect. The ribs were tender and smoky. Everything was good. I just can't even give you anything other than get anything you want, and it'll be great. Seating was a little limited. They do have a drive-thru window. I went during lunch, so it is what it is. If you end up in that neck of the woods, kind of on the early hours or late hours, I would imagine it thins out pretty fast. It looked like it was mainly a lunch rush crowd. Highly recommend it. I didn't see a bar. Kind of a knock for me. Like I said, I like to have a beer with my barbecue, but I could be wrong. But Hutchins Barbecue, McKinney, Texas, really, really good. Number 2 on my list is Cadillac Barbecue. Cadillac Barbecue is spelled a way you've probably never seen Cadillac spelled. It is Cattleack. It is a member of the Texas Top 50 Club. They are only open Thursday and Friday from 10:30 to 2, and the first Saturday of every month from 10:30 to 2. And I'm telling you, this place is crazy. You pretty much need to get there at 10 o'clock, and you'll still stand in line for 30 minutes to an hour, but at least you'll get the absolute best brisket I've ever had in my life. The quality of the meat used at Cadillac is beyond anything I've ever had. The brisket is just one of those things. I mean, it is fantastic. So again, it's Cadillac Barbecue. They're really close to the Addison Airport, 13628 Gamma Road, Dallas, Texas, 75244. Their website is www.cadillacbbq.com. That's spelled CATTLEACK BBQ.com. Again, they're only open 2 days a week, plus the first Saturday of every month. If you get there after noon, you're probably not going to get brisket. One time, I did get there at 1:30. They had a man standing near the door, said, "We're pretty much sold out. You may not want to wait in line." I risked it, and they opened the last brisket like as I was almost up there, and there was enough left where I got some brisket. So the gamble could pay off. Long line, parking's difficult. You definitely want to check out their website. You can park on the street, or you can park in the U.S. Foods parking lot, I believe. But get on their email list, all of these places. Follow them on social media. Get on their email list. Look it up before you go. Plan ahead, because it is jam-packed, but man, is it good. Best brisket I've ever had. He prides himself on the quality of the meat he uses, and it shows. So the only thing at Cadillac is they kind of not really a beer option. Seating can be limited. It's kind of hard to wait in line, and it's such limited for me being able to get there. So, but it's the best brisket I've ever had, so it's got to be number 2. But to me, barbecue's about a scene, right? It's an experience. It's an adventure. I like to do it with my family. If you have young kids, right, standing in line for 2 hours is just really not plausible. Enter the Pecan Lodge. Number 1 on my list. It's in Deep Ellum, which is a really cool neighborhood in Dallas. Located at 2702 Main Street, Dallas, Texas, 75226. You can find them at pecanlodge.com. It is not pecan. It is pecan. PECANLODGE.com. They are open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 3. On Friday and Saturday, they are open at 11 a.m. to 10. And on Sunday, they're only open till 3. They're open from 11 to 3 as well. Can't tell you how many times I've driven down there on a Sunday afternoon thinking I'm going to go grab me some barbecue around 4 o'clock, and it's pretty disappointing because there's no other good barbecue in Deep Ellum. So Pecan Lodge, it's a really cool restaurant in a really cool neighborhood. They have a really good bar, and they have the Pitmaster sandwich. This is the best sandwich I've ever eaten. It is fantastic. It's brisket, pulled pork, sausage, coleslaw, jalapenos. It is put together perfectly. It just can't be beat. So if you go to the Pecan Lodge, you should get the Pitmaster sandwich. If you're there on Tuesday, they have smoked pork tamales, which are really good to take home. To me, it's the best barbecue there is in Dallas because I combine not only the quality of the meat, but also the experience, the vibe. I'm able to take my family there if the line is too long. My wife and children can walk around Deep Ellum and kind of shop while I stay in line. A couple little hacks of how not to have to stay in line. If you go to the bar, you may figure that out. Pecan Lodge, definitely number 1 to me. I'm going to end this episode by saying I am pretty sure that there are a lot of you listening that are thinking, no way, Hutchins is number 1. No way, Cadillac's number 1. No, Tim, Railhead doesn't belong on that. Hey, it is what it is. This is my opinion. There are a lot of restaurants that I haven't been to yet in Dallas or that I have only been to one time. We're going to fix that. We're making the rounds. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Hit me up at timharridge.com. Go to the barbecue section, make recommendations, ask questions. If you know a restaurant I should try, let me know. Next month, I'll put out my Texas Top 10, the top 10 barbecue restaurants to me in the state of Texas. After that, maybe I'll just have to take the summer and travel the nation and hit every barbecue joint I can hit. Until then, this is a special episode of the Business and Barbecue Podcast with Tim Harridge. Thank you for listening. Stop by timharridge.com. Ask me questions. Email ask@timharridge.com. If you have barbecue recommendations, email BBQ@timharridge.com. Until next time, keep cooking.
Thanks for listening to the Business and Barbecue Podcast. Make sure you check out our other episodes and stop by timharridge.com to say hi. We want to hear from you. Until next time, keep cooking.